Hi, my growing buddies. So once again, you are back with me at your own learning platform, Learn Forward, and we are here with your maths book, Maths Concepts and Skills for Grade 4 by Feathercaps. Today, in the journey ahead in mathematics, we are going to start chapter 3 of your book, in which we'll be talking about multiplication. I'm sure by now you know very well what is multiplication. Can you tell me? That's perfect. That is repeated addition. And you need to learn something to make your multiplication task easier. What's that? The tables. Can you tell me how many tables do you know by now? Okay, that's good enough. Some are saying 12, some are saying 15. That means your multiplication will be an easier task for you ahead. So, can we start the journey? Okay, here you have a gear up exercise for you. So let's gear up. Let's recall from your past learning. I'm Mr. Sack and I want to color and collect sacks with the same answer. Help me color the sacks which have the same answers. So here, what do you see in the sacks? Some multiplication sums are there for you. So what will you be doing? You will be just multiplying them, getting your answers. So let's do something here. 30 multiplied by 8. Good. You can give answer orally. This is 240. Okay, 25 times 4, do you know? That's brilliant. That is 100. What about this one? When you multiply by 0, you get 0, and all of you have given the correct answer. Clapping for you. What about this? Can you give this answer orally? I have it with me. This is, okay, then multiply. Yes, this is 315. I'll be telling you some tricks ahead to make this easier, right? Let's move to this. How much is this, children? Come on, calculate and tell me. This is again 315. So, I stop here. Now, we have got at least 2 sacks with the same product. So, we'll be coloring them in the same shade. Let's take, this is 315. This is also 315. Let's shade these both sacks in yellow color. And because you will be having your own different colors, pointed ones, you are going to show your coloring more perfect. I know you are better at coloring than me. Let's move to the next calculation. How much is it? This is 1000. Perfect. Got the yellow color here. What about the next one, children? Can you give me the answer? Multiply then. I have the answer 2808. Right? Let's move to the next. What do you get here? 240. Okay. I again have 2 with the same. So, I have this with 200. Oh, let me change the color. This will be, this is because yellow, you'll get confused. So, let us change the color this time. Let's take blue. So, now we have picked another color for this. This is 240 and there's one more sack with the same answer. Yes, let's color this also. This is also 240. Do we have the same anywhere else? Not yet. Okay, let's find out. There is just one sack left. Let's find out that answer. 234 times 12. For the children who already know the table of 12, it will be an easier task. I'm mentioning again because they are going to read the table of 12 to multiply. For those who have not learned yet, you will go in 2 steps as you have learned multiplication by 2-digit numbers. So let's make the task easier. Let's read the table of 12. 12 fours are 48. 12 threes are 36 and 4, 40. Perfect. And 12 twos are 24 plus 4. This is 28. See, you got the answer faster, isn't it? So here you get 2808. And what do you have to say now? Again, you have two sacks with some same answer. And what is that? That is 2808. This one, I'm marking it green, and another one is 2808. Right? So these sacks, the sacks with the same colors have same products and the rest are different. Now let's move ahead and we have multiplication tables for you children. Here you have the table of 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Just like you have learned the tables up to 10, some of you have already learned up to 12 and 15. So here is more task for you. Learn the tables and I assure you they'll make lots of work in mathematics easier for you ahead also other than multiplication. Now we have an exercise for you. Fill in the blanks. So you have to read the tables and if you have got perfected dodgings, you can get the answer directly. 7 times 11 is 77. How much is 3 times 12? You can see here. Okay, for those who have learned, they have the answer right with them. How much is 14 times 9? Yes, this is 126. So, rest of these you can do yourselves. In the next question, they are asking you write yes or no. So, you just have to see whether we have read the tables correctly for you or not. If yes, write down yes. If it's not correct, write down no. Let's check out 15 times 5 is 75. So, this is correct. How much is 13 times 7? Is it 90? No, it is not. So, we write here no. So, check for the others and complete this question. Now, going ahead because you are growing, your numbers are growing, we are going to grow in multiplication also and we'll be doing multiplication of 3-digit number by a 3-digit number now. As you have already learned multiplication by 2-digit number, we did in 2 steps. In multiplication of a 3-digit number, we are going to do multiplication in 3 steps. How? Let's learn. So here we have an example, 563 times 149. Now, if you have to multiply these two, what you'll be doing? First, you will do the multiplication simply by 9 as we do by a 1-digit number. Then we will move down to the next step and we will first put a 0 at the ones place and then again multiply this whole number by the second digit here. This will be by 4 and you write your product here. This you have learnt in multiplication by 2-digit number also. Going to the next step down in this multiplication, now moving to the 3rd digit here, what you will be doing, just like you have added one 0 here before multiplying, now you will be putting 2 zeros here before going with the multiplication by 3rd digit. So put these 2 zeros, now multiply the whole number 563 by 1 and you get 563. Now you have 3 products in 3 steps. You will be adding them. Just like in multiplication by 2-digit numbers, you used to add those 2 lines, 2 numbers together. Here we will be adding these 3 products together. And the final answer, 83,887 that you get is your final product, right? As you know, you have already learned about multiplication by 2-digit numbers. Just the same process I am repeating, only one more step is added where in place of 1 0, now first you will be putting 2 zeros from the ones place and then go ahead with your multiplication and finally add them up, right? Interesting? Easy also? Good. So if you can always correlate a new thing to your past learning, you will find the tasks much easier. Now here we have an exercise for you in which you have to multiply 3-digit numbers. So you cannot go in one step. First you will multiply these in 3 steps and then get the answers. So you better do these questions in your notebook. The number here is 134 times 312. So we put a multiplication sign. By which digit will you multiply first? Yes, you will multiply by 2 first. So let's start with the multiplication by 2. This all will be done. So multiplication by 2 gives you 2 fours are 8, 2 threes are 6, 2 ones are 2. Now in the next step, we are going to multiply this number by, what is the second digit here? It is 1. So now we will multiply 134 by 1. Before that, what are you going to do? Good children, you are going to put a 0 here. And when you multiply 134 by 1, what do you get? You get the same number, 431. Second step done. Now in the third step, there is one more digit and you are going to multiply it by this third digit. 134 multiplied by 3. So we have done in 3 steps. Now this is the third digit. So before multiplying, what are you going to do? Put 2 zeros first. 1 0, another 0. Now go with your multiplication. 3 times 4 is 12, carry 1. 3 threes are 9 and 1, 10. Again 0, carry 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. What are you going to do next? Yes, perfect. Now you are going to add them all. So we have put a plus sign here to show that now we will be adding these 3 products to get the final product of your numbers, that is 8. This is 0, carry 1. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 2, 8. You get 1 here and 4 as it is here. So what is your product finally? The product is 41,808 for this. Okay, so this way you will be doing the other parts also. Now you have more questions here on multiplication of 3-digit numbers by 3-digit numbers. The more you practice, the more perfect you will get, and I'm sure you will be getting better at your dodgings also. Okay, you know how dodgings help? If you know dodgings, you will quickly say 4 5s are 20. If you don't know dodgings, you will be reading table. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20. See how much comparatively, how much more time it is taking. So always practice dodging to do your multiplication faster. It's not just about learning tables, it's just about repeating them so that quickly you can answer any of them. Okay? Now next is again solve. So you'll be multiplying them as we have just done one part. Here is a HOTS for you. The students of class 4 are doing a maths activity. Of course, this is maths period. So we are doing maths activity in the class. There are 6 sections of class 4. All of them are doing because they are talking about class 4 doing this activity. There are 6 groups of students with 5 students in each group for each section. So you have 6 groups of students, 5 students in each group for each section. How many students are there in entire class 4? Now for one section, see how many groups are there? There are 6 groups, right? For one section, there are 6 groups. And in each group, how many students are there? There are 5 students in each group. That means in one section, how many students? 6 into 5, which is equal to 30. And how many sections are there in class 4? There are 6 sections in class 4. In one section, 30 students. So in 6 sections, how many students? And you are there with the total strength of class 4. So this is how maths helps you in your real life problems also. Now, in second question, they are asking each group of students should have 2 pairs of scissors. How many pairs of scissors are needed in total for entire class 4? One student wants how many scissors? 2 scissors. So, for 180 children, for 180 students, how many scissors will be there in all? Again, what will you do? Multiply. So 180 times 2 is how much? Multiply and get your answer. I am already there with it. This is 360. 180 times 2 is 360. And how did you get this? This is 6 times 5 in one section times 6 in 6 sections together. So this is the total strength of grade 4. Next question says each student should get 5 fluorescent sheets and 4 chart papers. How many fluorescent sheets and chart papers should each group of students have? Now, for one student, you need 5 fluorescent sheets and you need 4 chart papers. They are asking you for the total number in each group. And in each group, how many students are there? There are 5 students in each group. So, for one student, it is 1 fluorescent sheet. That means for 5 students, how many fluorescent sheets in one group is 25. That's correct. And how many chart papers? In one group, there are 5 students. For one student, you need 4 chart papers. So, you need 20 chart papers for each group. Multiplication is that easy and that helpful also. Now, multiplication of a 4-digit number, because now we know bigger numbers, we know 4-digit numbers. So, we'll be multiplying 4-digit numbers also. First, by a single-digit number. Same children, just one more place has increased which has a bigger value. So, when you are multiplying by a single digit, you'll just move one more step ahead to a bigger place. So, if you have to multiply 3428 by 9, when we used to multiply a 3-digit number, what we used to do? While multiplying by 9, we do multiplication of 9 by 8, then we multiply by 2, then we multiply by 4. Now, just one more bigger place. So, we'll be multiplying ahead by 3 also. The carryover will always go ahead to the bigger place. So, let's see how do we multiply. 9 times 8 is 72. You get 2 here. Because I know the dodging. If you don't know, you will have to read the table. Okay. 9 8 is 72. 2 carry over 7. In the next step, now you will be multiplying 9 by 2. 9 2s are 18 and 18 plus 7 is 25. So, I get 5 here and carry over 2. Next, I will be multiplying 9 by 4 in the next step and then will be adding the carryover. So, 9 4s are 36 plus 2, 38. I write here 8 and take carryover 3. Now, the last digit will also be multiplied here. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 3 is 30. So, my product here is 30,852. Simple. We have been learning, practicing multiplication by a single digit number. Here, just one more place has increased. That's it. So, now we'll be multiplying 4-digit number by 2-digit number in 2 steps. As we have done for 3-digit numbers by 3-digit numbers, we'll have 4-digit number by 2-digit number. So, it will rather be a step less. 2069 multiplied by 57. First of all, we will multiply by, yes, we will multiply this number by 7. Before moving ahead with the second digit, you will first put a 0 in the next step. So, my next multiplication will be by 5, before which I will first put a 0 here and then do this multiplication, children. I get this. Now, I have 2 products. I'll be adding them and I get my answer 117,933. Although you are not introduced to such big numbers, but then numbers keep growing to the left. So, you just have to carry on with your multiplication and addition with bigger numbers also, right? Moving ahead, we have an exercise for you. Here again, you have to multiply. Here just by 1-digit number, it's so simple. The 1-digit numbers are easier. Let's do one here. 8 7s are 56. 6 carry 5. 8 6 are 48. 48 plus 5, 53. 8 4s are 32 plus 5, 37. 8 ones are 8 plus 3, 11. So you get 11,736 as your product here. When you have to multiply by 2 digit, let's do one question from here. This is 6234. 6,234 multiplied by 23. You will be writing the places at the top. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. These are my places. First, I will be multiplying this by 3. What do you get, children? 3 fours are 12. 3 threes are 9 plus 1. 10. 3 twos are 6 plus 1. 7. And 3 6 are 18. Now, to the next step, what do you get? You will be first putting a 0. Write down 0 here and now multiply by 2. 2 fours are 8. 2 threes are 6. 2 twos are 4. 2 6 are 12. And you will be adding them now. So, when you add, let's start from the ones place. What do you get? This is 2, 8, 13, carry 1, 13, carry 1, 4, 1. So, your answer is 14338. You have not learned reading such bigger numbers, but the product here is 14338. So, you will be doing like this in your notebook. All these parts one by one. Remember to write the places. Remember to put the multiplication sign. Okay. Let's move ahead. Let's connect. Out of 3,200 times 18 houses in a city, 1,800 into 21 houses have rainwater harvesting. How many houses do not have rainwater harvesting? What are the benefits of rainwater harvesting system? So, the total number of houses is this. Can you find out? What will you do? Multiply. And then out of these many, they are saying these many houses have rainwater harvesting. So, how will you find out this number again? Multiply. So simple. And they are asking then how many do not have rainwater harvesting. So, what will you do? Subtract. That means they are asking for the remaining houses without rainwater harvesting. So, multiply these and find the difference. You will get to know how many houses still do not have the rainwater harvesting. And children, do you know what are the benefits of rainwater harvesting? It helps in saving water, which is getting precious day by day, because we feel there's plenty of water on earth, but then the potable water, the water that can be used in our life, is not that much, which is getting wasted, which is getting polluted. So, rainwater harvesting, that's a natural source of water, and if we store that water and use it for our use, that is beneficial, that saves water. Okay. So, we must all try to collect rainwater. We must go for rainwater harvesting. Now, there is another interesting way to do multiplication, and that is called lattice multiplication. How do you do this? Let us understand the lattice method. So, for this, you first have to make a box. We have an example of 2-digit number being multiplied by another 2-digit number. So, if you have to multiply 96 by 54, what do you have to do? Just make a box of 2 by 2 like this. It's a grid. Now, in this, you will be drawing the diagonal lines as we have done here. So, we'll be creating diagonals in all these 4 small squares. Now, we will write these numbers 1 digit over one box, and then the other number on the right side 1 digit just next to one box. So, here we have 96, 96, 96. Then we have to multiply by 54. So, 5, 4, 54. Now, what you will do? For each box, we can find 2 digits are related. for this box, we have 6 and 5 together. For this box, we have 6 and 4 together. Similarly, for this box, we have the digits 9 and 5 together. And for this box, we have 9 and 4 together. I hope you have understood what is the point of contact here for each of the boxes. We just have to see that for each box, which two digits are just getting attached, right? After that, we will start with the multiplication. So here we have, in this box, which two numbers are coming closer? 9 and 6. So we'll multiply. 9 6 are 30. 6 and 5, sorry. So we have 6 5s are 30. So for 30, you will write 3 here and 0 here. So the lower part is for the ones place, the upper part of the grid, that means above the slanting line, is the tens place. Now 9 5s are is 45. So we will write 4 here and 5 here. Let's move to the next now. We have 6 and 4 crossing at this box. So 6 4s are 24. Above the slanting line, we'll write 2. Below it, we will write 4. Now let's come to the last box. Here, which numbers are crossing? 9 and 4. So 9 4s are 36. So 3 above the line and 6 below the line. We have got all the digits in each of these boxes, triangles rather now, right? Now what will we do next? Here we have all the digits. Now we will be adding them. How will you add? You will add them diagonally. Let's start with the addition here. This is just 4. This line, diagonals are there. So the first number is just 4 and we have written 4 here. Now let's move to the next diagonal. Let us highlight it. Here we have 4. Now coming to the next, we have 0, 2 and 6. What is the sum? It's 8 here. Now let's move to the next diagonal. 3 plus 5 plus 3 is how much? 11. But you will not write two digits at one place. So when you get 11, you will write only 1 here. The one of the tens place will get carried over in the next box. Now here what are you left with? 1 is a carryover and 4 is already there. So we will add 1 and 4. What do you get? 5. Now to write the product, children, we will write digits like this and then move in the L formation. So you have 5, 1, 8, 4 as the product. So the product is 5184. Similarly, when you have to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number by another 3-digit number, so you will be making a bigger grid. Here it is 235 times 42. So make 3 boxes here and then 2 boxes here. Make the slanting lines in the grid. Now start multiplication. Just see which two numbers are crossing at each box. So here 5 and 4 are crossing. We get 20. 5 2s are 10. Now 3 4s are 12. 3 2s are 6. 6 is a single digit number. So you will write it as 0, 6. So we make it 0, 6. Come to the third column now. 2 times 4 is, now 8 is again a 1-digit number. So we will write it 0, 8. There is nothing at tens place. Similarly, 2 times 2 is 4. Again, there is nothing at tens place. So we will write it as 0, 4. Now we will be just adding these slants. So this is 0. Then next is 0 plus 1 plus 6 gives you 7. We have written here. Now 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 4 gives you 8. It is written here just at the end of this slanting column. Then you have 1 plus 8, 9 plus 0, which is 9 written here, and then 0 is written here. Now just write these digits side by side like this. You have 9 here. 9870. This is 9870 is the product of 235 and 42. So you get 235 times 42 is 9870. Wow, I can see most of you are smiling now. That means you loved this method. That's good, children. Now, we still have another method, that is multiplication by box method. So, what do we have in that? Let's see. Here, we first split the numbers. We write them in expanded form in the boxes. How? Suppose we have to multiply 54 by 23. So, we'll make boxes here. For 54, we have 50 and 4 as the expanded form, 50 plus 4. For 23, we have 20 plus 3. Now, multiply them. Which numbers cross here? 50 and 20. So, 50 multiplied by 20 is 1000. So, this is 1000. Next, 20 multiplied by 4 is 80. So, you get this. Here, 50 times 3 is 150 and 4 times 3 is 12. Now, you have got 4 products here, children. 1000, 150, 80 and 12. You will add them all. So, what you get when you add all these 4 numbers, 1000 plus 80 plus 150 plus 12. This gives you 1242 and this is your product of 54 and 23. So, 54 times 23 is equal to 1242. Similarly, if you have to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number, expand them again. So, for 327, you get 327 and for 56, you get 56. Now, which numbers are crossing for each box? Multiply them and find the product. And finally, add all these products. You get 18,312, which is your final product. Interesting this also? That's great, children. So, you can use any of these methods for multiplication. When this is given, which method you have to follow, then definitely you must follow the same method. That means you cannot skip any of them right now. You have to practice all of them. But generally, when you are doing multiplication, you can just go for any of the methods that you find easy and most interesting. So, here you have to multiply using lattice multiplication. So, let's do one here. First, we will be making the slanting lines, the diagonals. These are called the diagonals. Now, we'll be writing the number here, 500. Let's make the grid here. We have lesser space. So, let's make it here. 567 times 48. The grid is ready. Let's write the digits now. 567 times 4848. Which numbers are crossing here? 7 fours are 28. So 2 here, 8 here. Now 7 eights are 56. Good. Those who are practicing dodging, they give the answer directly. Now 6 fours are, that's brilliant, 24. And 6 eights are 48. Good. 5 fours are 20. And 5 eights are 40. You got the grid? Let's add them up now. So you have just 6 here. Next is, we'll be adding 8 plus 5. This is very dark. Let me take a lighter shade. Yes. Now we'll be adding the next slanting line. So 8 plus 5 plus 8. How much is it? 21. So we write here only 1 and we carry over 2 here. Now coming to next, you have 2 here. Now the next slant, what does it say? This is 2, 4, 4 and 2 carry over. So what do you get in this? It is 12. So this is 2. Again, when carry over, we will write in the next slant. Let's take the next, add them all again. What do you get? 7. So the next number is 7 here. And finally, in the last, you have just 2. So how will you be adding? 2, 7, and then move this side 2, 1, 6. So when you put these digits side by side, you get the answer 27,216. So 27216 is your final product when you multiply 567 by 48. So have lots of fun with this lattice multiplication when you have to do more of these parts. Now here in the next you have multiply using box multiplication. So let's do one here. Let's split 400. We will be writing outside again. So this is 436. 436, and this is 27. Now multiply the crossing numbers, the numbers that cross at each box. You get 8,000. Here you get 600. Here you get 20 and 6, 120. Here you get 7 and 4, 28, 2 zeros. Then next is 7 threes are 21 and a 0. Next is 7 six are 42. Now you will be adding all these numbers together, children. So what you get is 8,000 plus 2,800 plus 600 plus 210 plus 120 plus 42. So add all of them together. When you have to add numbers, you can write as many as numbers as you have to add and add them together. So here you get just 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 7, 17, carry 1, 8 plus 2, 10 and 1, 11. So your product here is, this is equal to 11772. The same way, we will be doing the other part. Now we have some story sums for you. A box contains 284 apples. Find the number of apples in 209 such boxes. So if you know about one, you want to find out for many, what do? You multiply. Why? Because in each box there are 284 apples. So 284, 284, 284, like this there are 209 boxes. So for each of the box 209 times you will add 284, 284, 284. So many times you have to write. So this is repeated addition, which is actually multiplication. So you will multiply these numbers to find the total number of apples. Remember to put the multiplication sign because these are story sums. So you have to write small statement also to give your information correctly, right? And get your answer. Now here is an exercise on story sums for you. Let's read them. A basket contains 239 mangoes. Find the total number of mangoes in 905 baskets. So it's just the same like these apples. There are 325 troops of soldiers in a cantonment. If there are 425 soldiers in each troop, and how many troops? 325. So find the total number of soldiers. Again, this is multiplication. A bakery sells 2,400 cupcakes in one day. How many cupcakes will be sold in a week? So you have to find out in 1 week. The information for one is given. What do you have to do? Let's see the difference. The information for 1 day is given. You have to find for 1 week. That means first change week into days. How many days are they talking about now? They are talking about 7 days, children. So now you have to find out for 7 days. So you will multiply 2,400 cupcakes by 7 is the perfect answer. So multiply and get the product to get your answer. Next, a shopkeeper got an order to sell 1,165 water jugs in a week. How many jugs can he sell in 2 weeks? Now see, Here also they are talking about weeks, and here also they are talking about week. So now there is no point changing into days. 1 week, 1165 jugs. So 2 weeks, multiply by 2 and get the answer. Next, a weaving machine makes 1148 meter cloth in a day. In one day, this much cloth is made. How much cloth will it make in 48 days? Yes, all of you are doing like this. Again, multiplication, children. Good. The water capacity of a tank is 1325 liters. Find the total capacity of 74 such tanks. Again, multiplication. Make sure that you write small statements to give the information correctly. So here we have the chapter at a glance. In nutshell, what we have learned in today's session. When we multiply two numbers, the first number is called the multiplicand and the second number is called the multiplier. And the answer that you get is called the product. Now, the product of two numbers does not change even when we change the order of numbers. That means 2 times 3 is also 6 and 3 times 2 is also 6. So, the order of numbers does not make the difference in finding the product of numbers. Next, the product of 3 or more numbers remains the same even if you change the groups. Just like in addition, the changing of groups does not change the sum. Similarly, in multiplication, if you make different groups, the product will remain same. So, if it is 3 times 5 times 2, whether you do 3 5s are 15, 15 into 2 is 30, or you do 3 times 5 into 2, which is 10. So, here also you will get 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 3 is 30. So, both ways you get the same answer. What you have done? Here you have first grouped 3 and 5. Here you have first grouped 5 and 2, but the product is same. This is what we mean by the order, the grouping is changed, but product remains same. Now we have competency based questions for you. Shubham bought 8 bags of blue balls and 6 bags of white balls. Each bag had 9 balls in it. Which expression could he use to find the total number of balls? So total bags, how many are there? 8 bags and 6 bags, because they have the same number. Although the color is different, but the number of balls is same in each of the bags. So we can first add the number of bags. 8 plus 6 is 14. And now out of these 14, each bag has 9 balls. So 9 times 14. That means what we have done first? First we have added 8 and 6. So 8 plus 6. This multiplied by 9. So here you have the answer. Raman collected 576 stickers daily for 4 weeks. How many stickers did he collect during that period? Every day he has collected. Daily means in one day. And they are talking about 4 weeks. Yes, good children. So for weeks, first you will be converting into days. So how many days in 4 weeks? 28 days. Now to find the total number of stickers collected, what will you do? Multiplication. 576 multiplied by 28. That's brilliant for all the students who are preparing for the competition. So find out the product and see what's the correct answer. Now moving to next, tick the correct option. 485 times 173. Multiply and check your answer. Again, this is multiplication. Find the product and tick the correct answer. Let's move to the next. Number of zeros in the product of this is how many? So when you have to multiply the numbers with zeros at the end, quickly skip zeros and then add them back in the product. So how many zeros will be there? It will be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So number of zeros will be 4 here. Let's move to the next. We have subjective type questions for you. The teacher gave the students the following digits: 1, 5, 7, 9, 2 and 5. So how many digits are there? 6 digits. She asked the students to make the smallest and the largest numbers possible using the digit ones. So what's the biggest number that you can get from this? It is 975. 5 is written here 2 times, but they are asking to use only once. So we will use it 1 time only. So 97521. This is the biggest number. And what is the smallest possible? 12579. Now multiply the numbers you get by 10 and 100. So you have got 2 numbers here. You will multiply each of them. First multiply by 10, 10, then multiply by 100, 100 and get the product. Next, the post office receives these many letters each day. How many letters will be received in 15 days? And you have to justify your answer. You have to just saying multiply is not enough. You have to justify your answer. How? Because for 15 days, every day these many letters are received. So, to find the total number, what will you do? Plus, how many times? 15 times, which means 15 times 3412, which will give you the answer faster. So, you will have to write the number lesser times. You will not have to add so many numbers. Just multiply and get your answer. So, this is the justification. Solve the sums given and create your spinning wheel. Imagine alongside. So, these are your sums. You have to solve them and you can write the numbers here in the spinning wheel. Coming to next, if the ones digit in an even number, color any 2 spokes of the wheel in red color. So, if the ones digit is an even number, you have to color any 2 spokes of the wheel in red color. Wherever you will be writing these numbers, the numbers that have even numbers, you will be coloring that in red color. If the ones digit is an odd number, if there in the product it is odd number, color any 2 spokes in yellow. So for them, you will be coloring the spokes yellow. Next, color the rest of the spokes with any color of your choice. So what do you think? It can either be even or odd, and you will be there with these 2 colors only. No point of finding or using any third color of your choice. Smart question. Now we have let's connect for you. Jay was playing football in the school playground. He fell down and bruised his knees and elbows. This is what often happens. When you fall down, you are first hurt at your elbows and your knees. The teacher took him to the school medical room. The nurse cleaned his wounds and told him that his wounds will heal in few days. Now Jay wondered how. The nurse told him that our body is made up of cells. The cells in our body multiply. See, the body is also using multiplication, which helps us to grow. Now, new cells grow and our wounds get healed quickly. She also told him to eat a healthy diet. Find out how do cells multiply in our body. So, your science teacher is going to explain you how the cells multiply in our body and how do we grow. And how long does it take for human cells to multiply. So, explore this with your science teacher and find out what types of food help us to heal wounds and fight infection. There's a variety of food that we need to eat which helps us in growth, which helps us in giving us energy. They also help our body to just repair the worn out parts, right? So, discuss this with your science teacher now. That was all in multiplication, and we'll be coming up with more interesting sessions in maths ahead. Till then, happy learning, children.